Good morning, friends. Happy New Year to all of you. We are learning our subject that is data visualization. The code is 3160717. In that, we are learning the prerequisite that is HTML5. So, let us recall what we have studied in the last lecture. So, what we have studied there? We have studied how to draw a line. So, what did we do for that? In the script, we have written window.onload is equal to function where we have initialized variable canvas and variable context. Then after context dot move to a particular location. Then after context dot line to, there also we are giving a location, and then we are writing context dot stroke. So we will be able to have a line. So how the line will be? That is this way, right? So let us proceed further. We want to draw the rectangle. This also we have seen once, right? What is the code inside this? Very simple. In the script, where we are writing this script we are writing inside the head tag of our HTML, isn't it? Inside that script is there. Now you must remember that if we are having HTML4, there we have to write it as script type is equal to JavaScript. But do we have to write it here? No. Why? Because it is HTML5. HTML5 doesn't require such thing, isn't it? So, window.onload is equal to function that remains same. Variable canvas is equal to document.getElement by ID. My canvas, this is the ID which we are providing in the body tag in the canvas, isn't it? So variable context is equal to canvas.getContext, and that is of 2D. Now what we have to do? We have to write it as this ending of function should be here, isn't it? Yeah. So after that, we'll be writing the code which will draw the rectangle. So how we can draw that? That is context dot rect. Rect function is there 50, 50, 200 and 100. So what we are doing is we are drawing the rectangle, but without writing context dot stroke, we cannot draw the rectangle, isn't it? And if we write this code, will this only draw the rectangle? No. So what is required? Required thing is that inside the body tag, we should have the canvas tag, right? Without that, it will not draw the rectangle, fine? So what we are having is canvas ID is equal to my canvas. This ID is same as that what we are providing with the document dot get element by ID. In that also we are providing the same ID which we are providing here, right? We can specify the width and height, isn't it? We can provide that. Now if we run this, what we are getting? How do we run this? Actually, we are not running it like we are having control F9 in C, Borderline C or TC editor, or you can say that in any other editor like NetBeans, right? We are not doing that. So what we are doing is, this is the HTML code. It will run. How will it run? It will actually be parsed by the browser, and that will give us the output, right? So what we do is we preview the code in the browser. The code will be parsed and its equivalent output will be given to us, right? So this is the rectangle which we are getting, isn't it? It's very simple, isn't it? So what next? So that was for the rectangle, right? Now, if we want to draw the circle, right? Yeah. Here, this we have to write after this all code finished, right? Isn't it? Yesterday we have tried for that. Okay. So that we have to write here. And after writing this, we should end this braces of this particular function. Isn't it? So for drawing the circle, see this code remains same. That is variable canvas initialization and variable context initialization. The that remains same. So what to do for drawing the circle? For drawing the circle, what we are having? We are having the function that is arc. Isn't it? We are having the function that is arc. So what we are giving here is, say, 150, 100, 70, 0, 2 multiplied by math.pi and false. Now, what are these parameters? Let us check it out, right? Arc in HTML5, right? Arc in HTML5. So, what we do for that? Let us open one link and let us check it out. What is the syntax of it? Fine. So what we are having? We are having context.arc, x, y, radius, start angle, end angle. Then what else? Whether you want to have clockwise or anti-clockwise, right? So what do we do for that? Here what parameters we have specified? Here this anti-clockwise is optional, but it is Boolean. If true, it draws the arc counterclockwise between the start and end angles. Otherwise, it is clockwise. So, false if we are writing, that means it is clockwise. Fine. So, for that, we can have the idea. Let us see that what we have specified x and y, right? We have specified x and y. Then after what we have specified is radius. Let me put it here. So what we are specifying is we are putting x and y, that is 150, 100. Then radius as 70. Then start and angle as 0. And angle as 2 into math.pi. That means 2 pi, right? 2 pi is 360 degree. And the last parameter, that is for anti-clockwise. If it is true, it will consider the anti-clockwise angle. But as it is false, it will consider the clockwise angle, right? So 0 to 2 pi, fine. And then after, we'll be having the stroke, right? That is context dot stroke. And so it will give us what? It will give us the circle, fine. How will it give that? That is something like this one, fine. So let us see the code and run it so you can have the idea. Fine. Let's say that Very circle. Yeah, here it is. Fine. Let me have the big fonts. Okay, so the same code is available here. Fine. The same code is available here. Okay. Context.arc. What do we say? X, Y, start, no, sorry, radius, start angle, end angle, and anti-clockwise. False, that means it is clockwise. And context dot stroke. Fine. Let us preview that. Yeah, and do not forget to write this, okay? Do not forget to write this. That is inside the body tag. Canvas tag is required. Without having this canvas tag, it will not draw anything. So do not forget that. Canvas ID, and this ID must be same over here and here. Fine. So my canvas width is equal to 500 and height is equal to 200. So let us preview. So we can see the circle, isn't it? So let us go further. Now if we want to have the color, see, everything is black and white. Okay, but without color, nothing is there in the life, isn't it? Life is colorful. So to make colorful drawing, what we can do is let us have, say, window dot on load, that is equal to function. What we were doing till now. Variable canvas is equal to document dot get element by id of my canvas. It is also same. Variable context, that is equal to canvas dot get context, that is we are providing 2D to it. That also is same. So let's see. Context dot line width. We are specifying the width of a line. We are specifying the color with context dot stroke style, and that is equal to orange. Context dot move to a particular location. Context dot line to will draw a line to that particular location, and context dot stroke, we know that last three lines, that is we can say context dot move to, context dot line to, and context dot stroke, they were required to draw a line. But now what do we want is we want to specify the color, and that is using context dot stroke style is equal to orange, and context dot line width, that is equal to 5. We want to specify the width of a line, and we want to specify color of that line, that is stroke style. Now if we do run this, what we get, that is this orange line, and its width is equal to 5. Fine. Let us see that in the Bluefish editor, right? Okay, so this is the code which we have just seen. The canvas, then context, then line width, then stroke style, move to, line to, and stroke, right? And here, this one, that is canvas ID is equal to my canvas width and height we are specifying. Otherwise, whatever default is there, that will be specified, isn't it? So, what we do? Let us see the preview. We can see the thick orange line, isn't it? Without color, nothing is there, isn't it? So, let us proceed further. So now let us have the arc. You can say, ma'am, we have used that for drawing the circle, isn't it? So now what we are doing? Colored arc and some more. Let us check it out. Variable canvas we are initializing, that is using document dot get element by id my canvas. Variable context is equal to canvas dot get context 2D. Context dot line width is equal to 10. Context dot stroke style is equal to orange. Context dot line cap is equal to round. What is that? We'll see the output, we can understand it better, isn't it? Because our subject is of data visualization and we know the importance of visualization. We'll see the output, we can understand it properly, isn't it? So let us draw the arc, that is using context.arc 150, 150, 80, 1.2 multiply by math.py. Then what do we say? 1.8 multiply by math.py. And last one is false. So what do we say? This is x, this is y, this is radius, this is start angle, then this is end angle, and this is anti-clockwise, whether it is false or true, right? If it is false, that means it considers the clockwise. And at last, context dot stroke. Without that, nothing will be drawn, right? So if we do this, what will get us the output? Mm, yes, it is the arc. Wow. Let's see that in our Bluefish editor, right? So actual what output it is giving us, that we can see, isn't it? No worries, whatever output I have put, that is also by running the code, and that only I have pasted. But when we see the things, the process it is running, it is giving us the output, then we can grab it better, isn't it? So let's see that. Where is the color arc? It's not there. No issue. We can have that ourselves. Probably this one. Yeah, here it is. Okay. Okay. It is the same code which I have just shown you. Do not forget to write this one. That is canvas ID is equal to my canvas. Width is equal to 500. Height is equal to 200. And then canvas. Right? So let us run this here. We are able to see the output. Now if we remove this line cap, what happens? Let me remove this and again preview that in the browser. This is the preview of what we have just done, right? And this was the preview of where we were having line cap is equal to round. You can see that here this cap, or you can say uh, left and right corners of this arc are rounded. You can see here it is being rounded here. See the end points, okay? You can understand. And without the round, it is like line, right? Arc is there, but that is line, right? So you can see the difference. If we are writing or not writing, context dot line cap is equal to round. Fine. So what it gives us, the arc but with rounded ends, right? With the rounded ends. You can see here. Fine. Okay. So what next? We want to feel color. Border we have made colorful. Fine. A bit is added, but filling is required, isn't it? Then only life becomes colorful, and that is what is required. So, how to do that? For that, let us have the rectangle. Will we be able to fill in the arc? No, we can fill the color only when we are having the bounded shape. That means the closed shape, then only we can fill. That is known to us, isn't it? So, variable canvas is being initialized, variable context is being initialized, context dot rect, that is we are drawing the rectangle. We can say 50, 50, 200, 100. And after that, what we are having is context dot fill style, with which color we want to fill. For that, we are specifying hash FB8B89. You can specify any color, and the way we are specifying it in our HTML, the same thing we can specify. This is hash, and then after we can specify two digits, two hexadecimal digits for R, G, and B, right? This is 6, that is hash. After that, first two is for R, second two is for G, and other two is for B. That is right. RGB, that color we are specifying, that is using context dot fill style, then context dot fill, then say context dot line width is equal to 5, and context dot stroke style, that is the border color. Border color we are specifying with the help of stroke style, that is equal to black, and context dot stroke. So, what will it give us? It will give us a rectangle like this, where the rectangle border is of black color and its width is say 5. What else? The color, what we have specified here, that is what we have given with this one, right? FB8B89. Okay, you can specify whatever you want. You can experiment with that, or if you do not know, you want to directly give it, you can give it, right? You can try, you can give particular name also, that is you are giving pink or magenta or whatsoever, that also you can provide. Fine. So let us run this and get the output. Field color, right? Yeah. See, all these codes, whatever I am showing you here, all of them are available on the Google Drive of our lecture material of data visualization subject. Okay. So you can see from that also, and you can try, you can do the experiment with that. Here, if I change this, anything I change, let me run this. Right, the color is changed, right? Field color is being changed. Okay, if I want to try for other color, I want to try it directly. Let me give it, let's say I'm giving it as pink. Let's see, run it. We are able to see pink color, right? So we can write both the way, that is word way also, and you can specify with RGB way also, right? You can experiment with that. You can specify other than this. We can write anything. If you want to specify only red, what should we do is this way, right? Let's see. Okay, so we are able to see the red color, right? This is known to you, I believe. So you can specify R component, then G component, that is for these two hexadecimal digits, and this is for B, that is blue, right? Combination of that will give us the different colors. Okay, so canvas ID is always required. Without that, we cannot have the canvas drawing. Fine. Let us proceed further. We have filled the color. Now, filling gradient colors. What is that? A gradient is just a smooth visual transition from one color to other. There are two types of gradients available. One is linear and second is radial. The basic syntax for creating a linear gradient is, say, variable gradient, that is equal to context dot create linear gradient, wherein you can specify start x, start y, and x and y. Let us have the example for that. What we want is we are having the gradient colors that can be linear or radial, right? Where we can say that it is changing from one color to other. See, typically artists are using, say, light blue to dark blue to say green, then you can say light green, right? The shading, they are trying to show the color changing, but the way the colors are changing, you can see the effect, right? So whether they are this gradient or this change is there in the linear way or in the radial way, that's what are the two things available with the feeling gradient colors. Fine. So for that, we are initializing canvas, we are initializing context, we are drawing the rectangle, that is context dot rect 50 50 x y, and we are specifying whatever is the width and whatever is the height. After that, we can say our variable gradient we are initializing, that is using context dot create linear gradient. Create linear gradient 0 comma 0 canvas dot width comma canvas dot height. So how we can get the canvas width and height? That is using canvas dot width and canvas dot height, right? Now after that, what we are saying is gradient dot add color stop 0 comma whatever color you want to specify, context dot fill style, that is equal to gradient context dot fill and context dot stroke, because we are filling, so fill style is required, then context dot fill is required, and context dot stroke. Without stroke we cannot have anything on the canvas drawn. Fine. So for that, what output we'll get is this one, the stroke style. Have we set the stroke style here? No, we haven't. So what we'll get is the black color by default, right? By default it is black color. Then after, what we are saying is we are specifying the gradient, and that is what, that is whatever is the default 0 you can say, and then after you can say it is this particular color which is similar to that of this blue color, right? So from 0 white to bluish color, it is having the linear gradient, right? You can see the color change, it is not uniform. This side it is a bit darken and here it is a bit whitish, isn't it? Here it is a bit whitish and here it is a little bit more blue, right? So that is the gradient style color filled. Fine. So let us see the code here. gradient. Right. We can specify other color also. Let me just put one, then after I'll show you the second one. Right. The code we have just seen for that. Let me preview that in the browser. We are typically speaking it as running the code, isn't it? Otherwise, you can say that it is running only, but it is in the browser. So we say it as preview in the browser, right? The color I have changed, whatever was there. Color, what we are specifying here, ATD6FF. There it was something different. 8ED6FF, right? Yeah, it is same. So have changed that. Okay, have changed that. So what output we are getting is this one. Okay, you can say the color is different, right? First of all, I have tried with the other color and then have used this one. Okay, change the color. You can specify the color, okay, yourself. What we do, one more we are specifying. You can see the effect, okay. What we have done is, first of all, we were having only one color. Now we are having for second, that is, now we are having one more color, that is F, 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 F. What is that? Now the color is different, isn't it? Okay. So if we add both the lines in the code, what we were having there, I have commented and show you, right? That is why. Okay, because I wanted to show you one. So you can add as many as you want and you can see the effect, right? You can say here, this is 2, then this is 3, and you can change the colors also, right? You can say here you are having FF, here you are changing it to DD, right? It has gone. Let's say where it is going. Let us change it. Check it out. Whether it is giving us something, not giving. So what to do? Ooh, cool, isn't it? Different colors you can try yourself and you can enjoy drawing. Say, why are we learning all these things? Why are we learning this drawing? Because they are the basic primitives of the drawing. These primitives can be useful to making the charts. That is the data visualization. Typically, what we are having is whatever is the data we visualize with the help of charts, different types of charts, different types of graphs. To draw that, we can be using whatever are the basic drawing primitives. Fine. Okay. So, what we do? Proceed further. Now we want to draw the text. So, what we do? Variable canvas, initialize. Variable context, initialize. Context dot font for that. Bold, we want to give the bold. Okay. Then space. Then 32px, whatever is the size of it. And Arial. So that's what we are giving here. What we have specified is font, name, its size, and whether it is bold or italic or underline or whatever it is, right? That's what we have specified. These three things we have specified. After that, context dot fill text, that is hello world at 50 and 100 location. What we get if we are having this, we can see this one, that is hello world. Let's see that by running that. Where is the text? Yeah, here it is. Fine. We want to see the hello world. The code is same as we have seen. Just the thing is you should have the canvas tag in the body tag, right? Without that it will not work. So this is the output, that is hello world. Fine. Now see, one thing is when you are viewing the preview of particular codes, these tabs are being opened. Many tabs are being opened. What you should do is, if many tabs are there, you can close it one by one. Control W typically we are using, right? So we'll be able to close that. Fine. If you want, you can close this also. So it will open new browser. No issue. Fine. By default, whatever is set here, that is the Mozilla Firefox browser. Okay. So we have seen the field text and that was in the black color because nothing other than that color was set. Fine. So proceed further. Set the color and alignment of the text on the canvas. So what to do? Variable canvas is initialized, variable context is initialized, context dot font, that is bold 32px, that is the size, and Arial, that is the font name. After that, context dot text align is equal to center, context dot text base line, that is equal to middle. Then after, context dot fill style, that is red, context dot fill text, that is hello world, and at the location, that is 150 and 100. When we do this, what we get as the output? Red color text, right? Red color text. Fine. Let's see that. Color text. Yeah, here it is. Fine. Let us preview this same code in the browser, right? Here is the text, right? Here is the text. The color you can change. Here I have specified orange. I can specify red. I can specify whatever color I want, right? Okay. So let us proceed further. The different alignments are, this is text alignment, that is you can say horizontal alignment, text base line, and there you can say it is vertical alignment, right? Then fill style, that is the color of the text, and fill text will draw the text on the canvas. Fine. Okay, so this is what we have seen for drawing the shapes, right? Drawing the shapes we have seen. Now, what HTML5 is having, that is SVG, Scalable Vector Graphics. That also is supported here in HTML5. So what we do with that? Let's see. The scalable vector graphics, that is SVG, is an XML based image format. Till now we were talking of PNG, JPG, and this is SVG. This is scalable vector graphics and it is XML based image format. Oh, it is something different, isn't it? Till now we were not talking of that, but now it is XML based image format that is used to define two-dimensional vector based graphics for the web. Unlike raster image, that is JPG, GIF, PNG, etc., a vector image can be scaled up or down to any extent without losing the image quality. Wow, that is great of it. When we are having any image, say any photo, and if we scale it, we zoom it to a particular level, it is fine. But after that, you can see, you will see the photo will be blurred, isn't it? If you are scaling it more and more and more, you will find that image as blurred. But if it is SVG, scalable vector graphics, then that image can be scaled up or down to any extent without using the image quality. That's the very good or great feature of SVG. SVG image can be edited using any text editor. Wow, very simple. Any notepad, any terminal, any VI editor can edit the image. Great. SVG images can be searched, indexed, scripted, and compressed. SVG images can be created and modified using JavaScript in real time. SVG images can be printed with high quality at any resolution. SVG content can be animated using the built-in animation elements. SVG images can contain hyperlinks to other documents. Wow, it is great, isn't it? Searching is also easy. Scripted, indexed, compressed. It can be created and modified using JavaScript. That is in real time we can do that. It is having high quality at any resolution. Animated also it can be done using the built-in animation elements. And oh, great of it that it contains hyperlinks also to the other documents. Great of it, isn't it? So, how to have the SVG in HTML? For that, here is a code that document. How we specify the document type, that is using, say, less than exclamation doc type HTML. HTML lang is equal to en, that is, we can say we are specifying HTML language in English. Head, then you are specifying meta tag. We can specify the keywords that is useful for search engines or web crawlers, so that we should specify if we are making our website design, isn't it? Title, that is embedding SVG in HTML, and head. Now we are having the body tag. In that, we are having the SVG tag. What is that? SVG width is equal to 300, height is equal to 200. Now we are having text. Text. X is equal to 10, Y is equal to 20. Style is equal to font size, that is 14px. This style, what we are specifying is the style of the text, right? So we are specifying 14 size and we are specifying the text that is your browsers support SVG. We want to check it out whether our browsers supports that or not. So that's what we have specified and text. And if it does not support, we can say that sorry, your browser does not support SVG. And after that, what do we do is an SVG tag and body tag and an HTML tag. Fine. So what we can see as the output, that is, you can say your browsers support SVG. Fine. This is what we are able to see as the output. Okay. Let me show you that here. SVG is probably not here. We can specify, no issue. New HTML file we can create, and whatever code we have seen here, that will put from here to that particular file so we can run that, right? Fine. Let me save that in our document folder of our data visualization subject, and we'll give the file name as say svg test.html. Fine. .html is must, isn't it? So we have saved that. It is the same code I have copied in front of you only, okay, and put it here. So now let me preview that in the browser. Right? We can see the output here. That is your browser support SVG. Fine. We have only written the text. We can have some more, isn't it? We can have some more. Fine.